Yeah, it's crazy. People have these misconstrued ideas about China, that it is such a terrible authoritarian regime and that the people are all suffering and having a very, very difficult time with life. But until you've lived here, how the hell would you know it? I see a lot of YouTubers, influencers, politicians, and people talking about how terrible life is over here. People who've never lived over here. People who have never seen what life is like over here. And whereas there are downsides, don't get me wrong, the positives, in my opinion, far, far outweigh the negatives. It took me living here for 12 years, then returning to Canada and re-experiencing life there for 7 years to realize that I wanted to come back. Now, this is an interesting community that I'm walking up on here now. This is one of the older communities. As you can see, the buildings look a lot older. They're only a maximum of 8 floors. Actually, these ones look like they're only 5, which is nice, because there is a rule in China. If your building is 8 floors or less, you do not have an elevator. So when it is screaming hot 31 degrees and you're carrying groceries and you live on the 8th floor, woo, it's gonna be hot. You're gonna do some sweating. I mean, even though it's beautiful and cool right now, I am currently doing some sweating. Look at this. They make these large ramps just so bicycles and delivery vehicles and things like that can get up and down. Here we've got the local little hardware store. So if you need brooms, mops, tools, pipes, hoses, plungers, whatever, this is where you come. Now in the back area there, on the ground level, that's where you're going to kind of find some of the more interesting places, like the massage parlors that cater to a more adult crowd, let's put it that way. But for the most part, that kind of stuff is very, very taboo now here, and although of course it exists, even in Canada, in the same parking lot where I was manager of an electronics store, there was a massage parlor that featured a discreet gentleman's entrance around back. Now, if you're just getting a standard massage, you don't need a discreet gentleman's entrance now, do you? This is a Chongfen place, or another Chongfen place. Best damn breakfast in the entire planet. You can take my word for it. This is a Baozi place where you get steamed buns and breads. Delicious. This is my supermarket that I come to. Currently closed, but it is not even 7 a.m. yet, so that makes sense. Typically those kind of places will open at 7 or 8 and then stay open until 10, midnight, possibly even later. All right. Now we're heading into new territory. Across the street over there is the traditional medicine hospital that I do plan on visiting. The missus is incredibly busy at this point, so we haven't had a chance to go in together. My Chinese is as yet not strong enough to actually go in and explain to the doctors exactly what type of assistance I need yet, but it'll come. My Chinese is actually impressing the shit out of me right now. After 7 years of not speaking Chinese ever, other than when I worked at BMW selling cars to people, to Chinese people, the words are just kind of popping back into my head. Words that I rarely ever used even while I lived in China. For example, chopsticks. How many of you know how to say chopsticks in Chinese? How many? It's Kuaizi. How do I know this? It's just there, you know, from actually living here for 12 years, for using the language. The wife is quite surprised, actually, that I remember as much as I do. And it's funny, we'll walk into a little dumpling restaurant, and I'll start talking to the owner of the place, ordering what I want to eat, and she'll kind of talk over top of me and go, oh, he wants this. And if the owner and I will look at her and say, yeah, we know. He just told me that. And then she'd be like, oh yeah, that's right. He kind of can speak Chinese sometimes. I was like, yep. Now this is a little scary. There's big pieces of metal being hoisted up. So I'm gonna get past these guys as quickly as possible. Hard working guys. Construction in this country is insane. It's going on everywhere. I'm hoping that when we buy a place, that we can find somewhere that's already been developed and is not currently under development, you know, so that we don't have the noise, the jackhammers, the pile drivers, the things like that going on all the time. However, we're thinking of moving to eventually a much smaller town, smaller community, where we can actually get a villa, a house, for an incredibly reasonable price, brand new. And then we will have a much quieter lifestyle. I'll have a yard. As you can see from the landscape here, whereas I'm sweating my balls off, it does provide plants an amazing environment to grow. And look at, I want to show you again here. Right down the side of the street here, they've got ferns, they've got bushes, they've got trees. Every median in the center has fully, I mean, they could just put trees there. They could just put grass there, but no, they put grass, they put trees, they put bushes, they put shrubs, and they're all designed. They're all landscaped to look beautiful with different colors, different plants. We've got bushes here that are turning red right now. So cool. And this is all provided for the people for their health, for their well-being. It's not put there for show. It's there to absorb the carbon dioxide from the enormous amount of traffic and provide fresh air for the people that live here. Not to mention, it's just nice to look at. All right, we are entering new territory. Now, across the street from here is a giant ass park. This is very likely one of the biggest parks I've ever seen in China, though it's by far not the biggest. Look at these funky ass things. I can tell already that these things light up. They are man-made, of course. These are not what you call plants here. These are devices. It doesn't look like they're sprinklers. It just looks like they're little photo optic plant things. It'd be very cool to see what they look like at night. They've got some metal tree structures over there. It's getting quite bright out, so I think I'm gonna put on my sunglasses. This is kind of funky here too. If you take a look at these boxes here, if you order a package in China and you're not sure if you're going to be home on time, you can have them delivered to these boxes, these kind of general box areas, where the delivery driver will just come up, scan a code, put your box into one of these little safe boxes, then you come by, scan the code with your phone, the appropriate box opens, you take the package, and away you go. There are other places which are even wilder, where they're just basically empty rooms where, again, they drop off the boxes, put them on certain shelves. They send you a message saying, hey, your box is on this shelf. There's no attendants, there's nobody working there. People could be ripping off your shit like crazy, but they don't. They just don't. And then you go in, collect your box, and come back out. So again, a nice little complex here. Let's actually take a look in here. Look at this. You got the unicorn action here. Now I don't know if you're going to be able to see that because of the sun. But this is a new complex for sure. Look at that. Got a unicorn. Got the like snake-like dragon trees. So cool. And this would be an office building here as opposed to an apartment building. We've got the little cafe. Nice. Scan the code with all Pay or WeChat, you scan your code right there, you sit down, they bring you your schmunts, you eat it, you drink it, and you go away. Security guard over here having a little break. Oh, look at that. There's a McDonald's. I didn't think that our neighborhood had a McDonald's, but apparently they do. Mai Dong Lao is how they call it in Chinese. Little sunglass hut. Little cocoa bubble tea shop. But yeah, I didn't know there was a McDonald's here. Now, if we were to go across the street, which I'm not going to venture to today, because I've done quite a bit of walking already. My sciatica is a coffee shop. Wow, look at that. Not only have I found my neighborhood McDonald's, but my neighborhood coffee shop. You know, I'm gonna go get a coffee, people. I could go to McDonald's and get a coffee, but a coffee would be 30 renminbi, so that's about $5. And I'm not down for that. Instead, before I get a coffee though, let's go take a look at this little central area here. Coffee shop. What's that? Tea shop, I'm guessing. Okay, so this is just a little mall. Nice. We've got another coffee shop here. There was no coffee. That's the name of the coffee shop. No coffee, no life. Wow, look at this. This is so cool. There's an escalator going down here. I don't know what's going down to. We've got a pizza place. Caesar Pizza. A lot of new construction in here. A lot of things just opening up. This is a very new complex, I can tell. Again, with the unicorns. A little snack shop, Leafin snack shop. Look at that. We got candies. You got treaties. It's not open yet, of course. Social space. Kiddie games. Damn straight. Well, I'm not going to avoid the McDonald's, but I am going to go get a coffee. I'll be back.